Magnaflow Clamp-On Tru-X X-Pipe is available for any 11 to 14 GT owner who is looking to swap out their mid-pipe for an X-Pipe that produces a raspier race car growl while allowing you to retain your factory cats. Upgrading to this option will not only sound better, but it will also help with airflow, leading to a slight horsepower and torque increase. This will require you to cut your factory H-pipe off, and the Magnaflow X-Pipe will clamp right onto your cats. Now with that said, I'm giving that 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Well, a soft 2 out of 3 wrenches, since it isn't the most difficult thing in the world, but the cutting does add an extra step. Now the sound of an X-Pipe is one that really makes a big difference, not only in tone, but volume as well. Now obviously the X-Pipe bears its name because of the X shape of the tubing. They're welded together right in the middle here to form that X shape. Now this helps the airflow through the pipes easier without any restriction, and it also gives it a raspier, louder sound. Now keeping your factory cats will help to keep the volume down a bit so they won't produce as much drone, if at all. Now an off-road mid-pipe, on the other hand, will have a bit of drone with less restriction. Either way, X-pipes are known to be a little more aggressive than an H-pipe. Now an H-pipe, on the other hand, has that crossover pipe separating the two sides. That H design will restrict the airflow just a bit, which may drop a few horsepower, but it gives a deeper and throatier growl than an X-pipe would. Obviously, the sound will differ depending on the catback you pair them up with, so ultimately you can customize both tone and volume that your 5-liter produces regardless of your choice, but know that they do differ. Now as far as power is concerned, Magnaflow has released their own dyno results, and they show that you're looking at around 14 to 20 horsepower gains and single-digit torque gains with these installed. That's a pretty significant gain for something that does not require a tune to work. However, a tune would really help to maximize performance gains these exhaust components can produce, since they are very impactful mods. The materials included make a difference as well. Now these are made from 3-inch mandrel bent stainless steel tubing, which gives you the maximum amount of airflow that a mid-pipe can offer, especially since it's an X-pipe. Magnaflow makes one of the more premium mid-pipes in the category because the materials are so high quality, which will last a lot longer and will take more of a beating under your car, as opposed to some of the aluminized options. I want to quickly make note that these are stock length X-pipes, not shorties. What that basically means is if you're picking a set of long tube headers up, or if you've already got a set, then you'll need to be shopping in the shorty mid-pipe category, as this option will not fit. These are built for stock manifolds or shorty headers, since they are a bit too long to work with your long tubes. If you're going for long tubes, you might want to check out some of the Cook's options if you're into sticking with the premium ones in the category. If you're looking to pick this one up, it runs just under the $450 mark because of the better stainless steel and high quality construction. It's definitely worth it for the guys looking to keep their check engine light off without going and picking up any extra pieces. Otherwise, you would need a tune to turn the light off or MIL eliminators to plug into the O2 sensors. Now, catted mid-pipes like this are a great way for guys to pick it up without having to worry about, completely unrestricted airflow, someone who wants to keep it street legal without the check engine light popping on. Now, this particular option that doesn't come with attached cats is more of the affordable version for the guys looking to do just a little extra work to save some money. If you don't want to do any of that cutting stuff and you want to kind of bypass that and get a direct bolt on, you can spend a little bit more for a mid-pipe that comes with cats already on it. Now, this installation, as I mentioned, it does require a small amount of cutting because it doesn't include the cats, so you'll need to cut the factory mid-pipe off in order to clamp this one on. Now, it's not the toughest job in the world, but because of the cutting, I'm giving it the soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Before we can install our aftermarket Magnaflow X-Pipe, we have to uninstall the factory H-pipe. There's going to be 4 bolts on the middle side toward your catalytic converters here, and there's 2 bolts, 1 on each side, toward your engine. Now this is going to be very simple. These 2 back here are 15mm. These 2 up here are going to be a 13mm. So you grab your socket, hook it up to your ratchet. If you have an air ratchet, obviously if you're working in a shop, very, very simple stuff. We're working on a lift. That also makes your life easier, but jack stands will definitely do the trick. Take our 13mm here. Now typically the mid-pipe would need to be cut out, but since ours has previously been cut, we were able to just unbolt it. Guys at home with a bone stock exhaust will need a sawzall or a cutting tool of their choice on deck. Now remember, if you've recently run your car, if you're pulled it into a shop, your exhaust might be pretty hot, so gloves will definitely come in handy. You don't want to burn yourself. Safety is obviously a top priority. Once the 2 clamps on the front are loosened up, you can take a 15mm socket and work on the 2 band clamps in the back. These will have 2 bolts for each side, so 4 bolts total. Once you have your clamps all loosened up, you'll feel your exhaust from the middle start to droop down a little bit. That's simply because there are no hangers in the middle here. The bolts from the X-pipe are what's holding it up in the center. So once you loosen those up, that'll drop down and a pole jack will keep the rest of the exhaust kind of in place as you work on your X-pipe swap. Once your pole jack's in place, holding up your exhaust here, you just kind of muscle the H-pipe off out of the clamps. Muscle those back. And those will fall out. The back side, once your clamps are loose on the back side, these will actually just slip right out of their clamps once they're loose enough. This one we might have to loosen up just a little bit more. But once we do, this will pop right out. Now that we have our factory H-pipe out of the way, the Magnaflow X-pipe is gonna go on next. Exactly the same process, just the reverse order. So we're gonna use our factory clamps. You're gonna wanna put these up into their locations. All right, once you have your X-pipe in place and the clamps are lined up over top of the round opening, the outlet, you're going to take your 13mm socket, the same as we did for stock, and tighten up these clamps. Once you have one side on and you have your pole jack holding up your X-pipe, you'll just muscle the other side on with these band clamps. Now this one can be a bit tricky because you got to fight them on, but once you get them lined up, you can kind of twist those band clamps into place. And once you got the band clamp into place, take your 15mm socket, same as the factory one, just go in reverse order. You'll tighten up these nuts, the clamps will tighten together, and make sure this little pinch section completely connects together to make sure it's an airtight seal. All right, that just about does it for our Magnaflow Clamp-On Tru-X X-Pipe. Now, before you get your vehicle on the ground and on the road, you wanna make sure all your clamps are properly secured and straight, making sure all your pipes match up perfectly so that there aren't any exhaust leaks. Now, if there are, make a few adjustments, make sure all of the clamps are tightened. Any air leaks will result in that exhaust leak, and you will hear that once you fire it up. Now, we had a few adjustments to make ourselves, we finished that up, but now we're good to get it on the road. So if you like this video and the Magnaflow Clamp-On Tru-X X-Pipe, you might want to check it out right here at AmericanMuscle.com.